The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Alibaba with the ticker symbol BABA. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So another week has gone by, and you know what that means. It's Baba Fridays. So let's take a look at Alibaba, one of the most loved stocks on the market, and looks like it's continuing to drop down lower. Now let's go over the reasons why we had the sell-off just real quick. I mentioned this before in my previous analysis. This 120 level is a very strong resistance because when prices came up to it, it rejected prices harshly and led to these big crashes down. So we just hit it again. So there's a good chance it could happen again, and that's exactly what happened. Plus, we can add on a bunch of other stuff to it that would lead to a pullback. We had two measured legs higher, and these weren't two small ones. These were two massive ones, pretty much playing out since October of last year. So two massive legs up. It's probably going to see a decent sized pullback. It's all relative in size. Just like, for example, we had two legs up right here. This was the first leg higher, second leg higher. We didn't completely meet this measure move, but it led to a decent sized correction. Now the same thing occurred in a macro picture, so we're going to see a bigger pullback relative to the size of this up move. So basically that's two reasons right there: a horizontal resistance, a measured move met. The third one that's also a key factor to that sell-off is this channel. We were at the channel highs, prices go to the opposite side. Since we're at the top side, we were going to the bottom side. That's exactly what we did before getting a bounce. That looks like it's failing because the bounce cannot continue higher, and there's a good chance this would fail because we hit the top resistance level. Now the fourth reason was just the overextension from the EMA. Now prices were inside this orange range right here, and we just broke outside of it, and we created a bunch of gaps. So there's a big gap right here and a smaller one a little bit lower. So it looks like prices are coming back to fill in this gap and retest this breakout level before continuing higher. So that's what I think can play out. That's what it looks like prices are attempting to do. So even though in the short term I'm looking for lower prices, in the medium to long term, so in the short term 1 to 2 weeks, I mean, it could take longer to drop down, or we won't even at all drop down, but let's just say the market does what usually happens. If we drop down in the next couple of days to about a week to 2 weeks tops to this 193 level, we should get a bounce up in the form of two legs to retest these highs right here. Again, it's not gonna exactly happen like that, but we'll have to wait and see. But as right now, short-term bearish, medium to long-term bullish for Baba still, and we're just going to be experiencing pullback. So we had already two legs down in the shorter term. You see that was the first leg down, second leg down, came very close to this measure move target. We got a bounce, then prices tried to surpass the EMA and got rejected. So you see that prices are getting rejected from the EMA versus right over here we're getting support. So prices are above it, the blue line. Now prices are below the blue line, and we're going lower. So two legs back would be right over here. The first leg down, second leg down. Two legs back would take prices right to the top of this range. Not exactly, but very close at the 91, 92 level. So there's some confluence there. We have a gap that could be filled. We got a range breakout that needs to be tested for support, and we got a measure move target lower, pointing at those areas. So good chance Chinese stocks continue sell off. I definitely see it across all of the stocks, not just Baba. So there's a good chance we see lower prices for Alibaba. Now here is the weekly chart for Alibaba, and the EMA shows exactly what's happening. You see that we were far away from the EMA, and now we're coming back to it. Prices like to be near the EMA. In this entire downtrend, when prices were far away from it, we came back up to it and we found resistance. So every time prices were touching it or came near it, we found resistance. And then we started seeing signs of weakness in this downtrend. You can see that prices got above the EMA 4 to 5 times, then sold off. Now we're back above the EMA more times. So, you know, this downtrend is definitely getting weaker, possibly over. That's debatable. I think it's over. And this is a low point. I don't know 100% sure. The market could continue to drop down, but it definitely looks like it's playing out to be a reversal. So right now, we should see a bounce at this mid 90s, low 90 level, and then we should see another leg higher. So this is all possible of occurring, and that would take prices probably to the high 150s, low 160 level. Now again, that could play out this medium to long term. That's what I mean by medium to long term. Short term probably can continue to drop down, then we'll have to reanalyze how it reacts around this level. So it's better to react instead of just predicting what's going to happen. So I'm gonna be reactionary. So if we come back to this level and we see a lot of buying, then you know how it's playing out. If we come up to this level and we just break it, then obviously what I predicted, you know, is invalidated. So we'll have to reanalyze what it wants to do. Here is a range pattern that prices could be also inside of, or actually it is inside of, but probably in play. So we have this range pattern. We had a break on the bottom, which usually leads to a breakout on the top, but prices found too much resistance. But this could be just a pullback, so we could see another attempt higher. So we'll have to wait and see. But as right now, short term is looking like the low 90, the mid 90s level is going to be the future. And then from there, let's see if we get a bounce. I'm predicting we get a bounce. It does show strength that we could do that, but if we just blast right through it, then we're probably going back down to the low 80s. So that's all I have for BABA this week, Friday. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.